Welcome back, everybody, and we are up to swing trading. This is lesson 3. Swing trading is a 3 to 5 day holding period. It's trying to take advantage of short daily swings in the market. And I'm just going to jump right to and tell you a little bit about myself very briefly. My name is Michael DeGioia. I'm the head of educational services and professional trader here at Dash Trader. And native New Yorker. I grew up in New York's financial community. And certainly I've had all kinds of roles on the trading desk. And what I'm doing here is sharing with you some of the techniques that I found to be timeless during my 23-year trading career. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right to it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about swing trading, but right on the technical charts. And let me just switch screens. So I was just teaching about core trading, and swing trading really fits right into core trading. And I'm going to use this, use the basis of core trading to further explain the kind of swings that we're looking to take advantage of here. So now in core trading, we're trying to get into the weekly trend. So price needs to be above the weekly, and I'm going to just drop to the primary time frame of core trading, which is the weekly. So swing trading just takes advantage of the swings here to here, whereas core trading will take advantage of, and I'm just going to add, in case this is the top of the market, I'll show you where core trading is looking to take advantage of. So here we have a horizontal line. We'll just say, let's just say that this is the core trend here. So core trading is taking advantage of the entire move up from the start of the trend all the way to the finish, okay, or wherever you get stopped out. You're kind of trending and trend trading the weekly chart. And certainly a core trend violation would be if price goes below the 10 and the 20 period moving average. But in swing trading, what we're looking to take advantage of is this. So this is the pullback. We just want the meat of the move. Now, for me to see it clearly, I'm going to go start first on the weekly, and then I'm just going to snap down to the daily. So if you look at this little window, I'm going to change my settings, and I'm going to just double click here. I'm going to change the color to cancel interior color. I don't want any interior color. Let's just see if this works. And on the outside, I'm going to make this green. I'll hit OK. Well, this will work, I guess. Let me just see. So I'm going to make actually the interior color transparency. I'm going to increase the transparency. I'm actually not going to fill the interior at all. So I'm just going to leave it. Uncheck this, and I'm going to make the interior color a nice green. Let's see how it is. I moved the dial in the wrong direction. So now you know the transparency goes this way, and we're good to go. Boom. So now we're clear as day. So this swing, okay, that I'm looking to take advantage of goes from here all the way up to here. Now, I don't want to have any pain, okay? So I'm just going to zoom in on this one particular setup, and I'm going to adjust this also. I'm going to make my line width a little heavier. I'm going to take my transparency and take it to the max. I'll just do this as well. Hit OK. So on swing trading, we are just taking the chunk on the way up from here to here. In this case, maybe you could have gotten a little bit lower here. and you would have definitely gotten out on the big gap up on that red bar. And I'm going to show you where you'd have gotten out. Somewhere on this bar, right? On that red bar. Because on a big gap out, big gap up, you get out of swing trading. So that would be a swing. Now, could you join on this swing trend on a couple of other instances? Absolutely. So anyone after this point, this little buy setup right here, this is called a buy setup. That could help you join the trade. Now, can a swing trade start as a swing trade? And let's just say I bought 1,000 shares at, well, I wouldn't buy 1,000 shares at $330, but let's say I bought 100 shares at $330. And then I sold 50 of those shares when it gapped up. Let me just put my crosshair tool on here. Okay, when it gaps up to 359, it gaps up to 359, sell 50 shares. And then I hold those 50 shares for the core trade. Yes, you can absolutely take a swing trade and grow it into a core position, core trade, but only with a stop. So you can't say, okay, I have no stop, and if it goes against me, I'm going to hold it as a core trade. It got into it. It's in profit. It's going in my direction. I sold half my position. I took it to riskless, and we'll see where this goes from there. So swing trading, and I'm going to put my little text notes on here. Swing trading is on the daily and takes advantage of the small swing, small 3 to as much as 10-day swing on the daily in the core trend. Okay, so let's just label that up. I'm going to put it right up here. So all of this, and I'll just draw some ray lines here, just so we know what I'm talking about. I think that works. Let's just back this up a little bit. Okay. So now we know what core trading is. Core trading is this whole trend. Okay. Core trading is the entire trend from the green horizontal line or the early entry on the other green horizontal line, right? Position trading, you can get in a little bit earlier because you have some techno fundamental reasons to get in a little bit earlier. So position trading is that the entire trend, but with some fundamental reasons that might get you in because the technicals have not given you an indication yet. Now, I will say that there were some great technical swings that could have gotten you early into this core trade right about here. And I'll focus in on them for a few moments. So let me just get a rectangle in here. So in here, we got price got above the moving averages on the daily. Okay. And we got a couple of swing trading opportunities right here where we rejected off of the 50 period moving average. And that little swing, you could buy off the 20, swing up. Buy off the 50, swing up, takes you way up. Now, notice I didn't say 3 to 5 day because sometimes it can last 10 days, right? Swing entry here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in this case. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So very often you'll see that these swings don't just end at 10. They can go as much as 14. And in this case, if you took one of these swing trades and you kept half the position, right, you'd still be in that core trade. And all you have to do is continue to either keep your stop in the original position or just update your stop accordingly and keep it so that you keep updating your trailing stop so that you stay in the trend in case the trend continues. Now, I would say that the swing trader will take profit at part of their position at certain buy setups. And I'm going to go over that now in swing trading. I'm going to box out, zoom into this S&P chart, okay, and show you all the possible swing entries to get into this very powerful trend on the S&P spiders. So this is a little swing entry right here. Right there. But if you zoom in here, when it breaks above that bar's high, that's your trigger. Your stop is below the box. Okay. Now that's a little micro swing. Right. This is also a swing right here. So here you got the entry. I'm not going to, the swing starts right there. This is the setup. Down bar, down bar, down bar, down bar, buy the dip or the pullback. Trigger is right here when it breaks above the prior bar's high, gaps up, continues up, fills in the gap from the pullback. First target would be somewhere around here. So I'm just going to show you where you might say to yourself, you know what? I got a nice chunk of profit here. Let me take a little profit because we're at some technical resistance, right? And I would say that some people did, right? Because of that little red bar there. So some people did take profit before it hit resistance, but then it breaks resistance and continues to swing up. So what I would say is that one of the swing trading risk management rules is you get in on the entry, sell half at your first target, sell your second half once it completes its swing and starts to say that maybe this is not going to continue higher. And that really the first bar that says that is that first red bar there, potentially this red bar here. This one could have shooken you out, or certainly that one. This one more so because it took out the low of the narrow range bar before it. Now you'd say to yourself, well, how do I stay in there? So one of the trend following techniques is that after the swing starts, you use a trailing stop, right? Not below the prior bar's day low. You go before the prior day, the day, 2 days before. And in this case, that was probably a stop run. Okay, that it actually went below the 2 prior days. But again, if you have a tighter trailing stop, that just means that you're making money because you got stopped out and you have to wait till the next swing. So let's zoom in and see some of these other swings. So this was a very, very sloppy pullback, but it does get to the trend line. It gets through the 50 period moving average, and then it starts to make the swing up. So let's take a look at the swing here. The swing here would go from here to here. The entry being the top of that little box right there once the bar breaks the prior bar's high. This is the actual swing move, but the entry is right here, and I'll draw it on the chart for you. There's my entry. I'm going to color code this as my entry. We always color code the entries blue because it could be a long or a short. But there's our color coded entry. You could also make it a green entry, but usually we use red and green for our support or resistance level. So in that sense, we would make this red, as that would be one place that we would sell. I'm going to make this a light blue so we could see it better. So let me go through the swing trading rules. What must you have to take a swing trade? You must have an uptrend, right? So you have the core trend here, very clearly in an uptrend. We have rising moving averages, the 10 and the 20 period moving average. We have a trend line that says that we're going up. So prices are clearly going higher. We need to have a pullback of some kind, a pullback or a pennant formation. A pennant, you'd look for a breakout. A pullback, you'd look for a buy setup. A buy setup is when the bar pulls back 3 to 5 bars, down bar, down bar, down bar, breaks above the prior bar's high, triggers the entry on the buy setup, surges forward, takes us to a new high. First target is the prior resistance level, like we illustrated here. Okay, let's throw in some filters and features to filter our chart a little bit better. So let's take a look at what this would look like if I throw the CCI and the MACD on here. Okay, so CCI, and I'm going to just, this chart, I want to do a different one. Daily chart. Just going to get rid of my vertical. Yeah, vertical grid. I'm going to get rid of that. That should clear it up a little bit. Okay, so here is my MACD and my CCI. So let's take a look at some of these swings with the MACD and the CCR. So this is a pullback, right? And I want to see, so here is a pullback. We have a divergence on our CCI, right? Getting into the overbought area, oversold area, oversold area, oversold area. So when you see these little green filled in segments, that means that the CCI is indicating that we are at a point where the market is oversold and it's therefore a buy. And we see that we're making new lows while we're making higher lows on the CCI. We would call that a divergence, right? Because we got lows here are going down. And here, the lows are going up. So when we get a trigger or an entry, trigger is another word for entry. When we get a trigger or an entry here, okay, that will take us to our profit target area, which is up here. And I say it's up here, it's just really a roundabout area. And I do that by measuring the size of the prior moves. So if this is the size of the prior move, and I take this line, there is the measure of your move. That's why I think it's going to go up there. It's not that I just make these things up. I have a rationale or reason behind it. And very often that will work. And sometimes, in this case, it even exceeds the expectation because the move continues to go even further and farther. I also want to show you that here we have a complementary move on the crossover of the MACD. So not only does the chart say that this is a buy setup, the CCI shows a divergence into an area that it's deeply oversold with a divergence that it's getting less oversold each time. And the MACD is saying, okay, maybe this is time for us to go up. We have a crossover on the signal line. The histogram's gone positive. We're getting ready for a really nice move. Now look at the MACD signal line. This is a great entry for a swing trade that goes into core potential. So this very, very powerful swing trading entry as signaled by the CCI, the MACD histogram, the MACD signal line, and the price and volume data on the chart. And as you can see, it continues to trend up all the way until the current time as we make newer and newer highs. So great swing trading entry on inside of a core trend. And we have now covered our second trading strategy, which is a very, very popular and very, very effective style of trading in the current market. And has been really for the last, really 13 years, but for the most part, it has been a great core and swing traders market as of late. So I'm just going to make sure that my screen is sharing, and then I will wrap this up. And if you'd like to continue to learn with me, and you want to learn all the details, all the intricate nuances of swing trading, I'd love to teach it to you. You can continue to learn with me and Dash Trader. Go to learningdaytrading.com, scroll down to the featured educator section, look for me, my picture, or certainly just to click on my name, select which coaching session you're interested in. As always, 30-minute trial coaching session, 30-minute consultation is $50, billed once, or you can sign up for coaching hours on an ongoing basis. The more hours you purchase, the bigger your discount is. You can certainly talk about that during your initial consultation. I look forward to working with you, and I hope that your trading is going well. Trade well, everybody, and hope to see you soon.